Michael, el Rey.
Sunday, fun day. I swear to God, shit just lands on the table this weekend. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do this, but my buddy the Macho Boy said, don't let this interview leave your table.
Michael,
So
el
tonight, I
Rey.
guess we're gonna expose some people on Ring Fever with El Rey. Let's fucking do
Michael,
this. I
el
swear to God, if anybody
Rey.
tonight tries to get me banned or start clicking that flag button, I'm going straight to your fucking show. Anyway, let's start the show. What's going on, buddy?
Well, I've been going through some stuff lately, but
Wait. Before we even start with what you've been going on, tell everybody your name, the school you started, and a little bit about yourself. I don't want to just jump into the beef. Then they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
my name is Chris. I was used to train at the WWNTC. I was originally trained by Francisco Chiazzo when he passed away later 2023, and Rafael Gonzalez was the head trainer. I've been training with them for about, I would say, 2 or 3 years now, and I've been out of training since then, since the school decided to call it
Clo-
quits.
Closed down basically
Yeah,
because I
closed
heard they
down.
closed
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
So you trained under the late great Francisco. After he passed away, we had Hound Dog here last week. He talked about taking over WWN. And then the school closed. What was the purpose of the school closing? Was it financial? What was it?
Well, I understand. I don't know why they closed down. I heard that this fitness center, the Iron Bandits fitness center was originally there, and then some gym called LUX Luke's Fitness, I believe. I don't know what's it called. They just purchased that location over there.
The gym
I
got bought out, basically.
basically yes.
Yeah. I had a venue like that that used to let me do wrestling, and the new owner bought it, and he wasn't fucking with it. He didn't give two shits about how
Yeah.
many people I draw. He just like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with wrestling. I want to keep this CrossFit, and I had to respect that. I said, damn. So it's basically a lease issue. They didn't have the lease was up. They just kicked them out.
I don't think it's a leash issue. I don't know. I mean, I heard that when WWN was going to do their shows in Clearwater, like Proving Ground, Monday Night Mayhem, and stuff like that, it was like a weekly show
Well,
because I've been seeing it.
they still do the at OCC Roadhouse, but the
Right.
school itself is closed. The promotion, I guess, is still open.
Yeah, the promotion. Yeah, the promotion. It's just the school. That's what I just know of.
So, what was your experience in the school? What made you? Did you leave? Did you quit the business? What's? I'm gonna let you just let everything out. But I want to know like the school, were they training you right, or how did you feel once Francisco died? And this isn't a shot at Ralphie because I know Ralphie has different techniques.
No, I love Ralphie. I mean, he's like a father to me. I mean, I love him. I love him dearly. But when I thought about the school, I said, well, this is an interesting opportunity. When I saw the advertisement on Facebook that WWN has a training center in the area, and I say, you know what, I might as well learn the wrestling business and give it a shot. And then I met with like the guys like Sal and stuff. He says, well, we know this guy on Francisco. He's the head trainer of the WWN. He told me everything about Frank and told me everything about this school. And it was pretty legit. And I said, well, because I was going through some financial issues, that's where that's where I couldn't afford to get back to training. It's just like financial issues.
It got expensive.
Well, technically, plus I had bills to pay and I have rent
No.
and
It doesn't, bro. We all in the business, bro. Sometimes training gets expensive, bro. Like sometimes you got to make some cutbacks. That's why it's important to learn everything you can your first year. That way you could graduate as soon as you can and go out there and just then you could do open ring, you know? Then
Yeah,
you could just work on your body and just show up 3 times a week and get the ring dust off. But nah, it got expensive for me too for a while, and it got expensive for some of my homies. Not all schools are cheap, that's why there's so many of them right now that shouldn't even be open, they just people go there because it's fucking cheap,
right.
so the school was popping. You learned what you had to learn. Did you get any matches in?
No,
No, so you basically you didn't graduate yet.
didn't graduate yet. I'm still learning this stuff. It's just that I got so much going on with my mom and family. That's why I just need to take care of some things first
Nah, that's
before.
that's that's cool. When the show's over, I'll give me like a week. I'll find somewhere for you to go that's more economical, so you won't lose all the training you got going on. Um, so go ahead.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you take the floor now. I'm gonna let you air out. I ain't got no sound effects for you or nothing because I'm just gonna let you do you. I'm gonna light this up because you said you was gonna smoke on the ops right now. So
well,
I'm gonna let
technically
you.
it's semi smoke, but well, to be honest, I don't know if you know this person, but his name is TJ Brady. He's the current AMP peer champion.
I know who he
I
is.
yeah, I just met the guy when I just started training like since May, and then he came back to Francisco school, whatever he had going on and stuff. And me and him, we're okay at the moment during training. Like we don't have any issues with each other. And then once Raphael took over, yeah, we had some a little bit of issues. Like
What
I
kind of
don't
issues?
like to start drama or get into drama or anything. I don't drama just got into me. And I try to be the bigger person just to ignore it, just get it out, just get it out of the
What
way.
what
So
kind of drama? What are we talking about? Drama? Training drama? Um. So Ralphie just now took over. Is TJ assigned any new positions because he's a student like you? What made TJ feel like he's the top dog now?
he's well, he's just being TJ. I'm being a mark.
Well, listen. So from what I hear is that he's the flyer guy. I know he's the flyer guy.
Right.
I seen you can just tell all the shows he's involved with. Okay, and I don't how do I say, like, I don't really thirst or care too much about the kid because I seen some DMs of him threatening Ashton, and Ashton's 17, and
Yeah.
bro, it's like you're a grown ass man. But what was the situation between you two guys that made him that? Because you're not the first person to hit me up online and tell me stuff about TJ. You're just the first person I'm gonna put on air because basically my boy Macho King said you have a great interesting story behind the scenes with TJ and some of the I don't want to say his fucking head blew up, but his head blew up.
Right. Well, my ex-girlfriend, my this, that. I mean, all I try to do is try to leave TJ Brady alone.
So what
And
kind of altercation you guys had? Just a regular relationship. I hate you, you hate me. One of
yeah,
them type of breakups. All right, that's understandable.
like I try to ignore her like about TJ. I'm trying to leave this alone, but she keeps like bringing him up over and over again. It's like, do you want me to get TJ Brady to kick your ass? I just, I just wanted to say something. It's like, go ahead and get him. Like, I really don't care. I
So
just told her like,
where did this come out that she just out of nowhere just there has to be something there? Were they friends before or something? I'm trying to
I'm just,
elaborate.
I'm thinking they're. I don't know. I hope
You two
to
guys are
be.
done. You guys are never getting back together.
We're
Signed, sealed,
never
deal.
getting back together ever.
Okay, so were you bringing her around the gym? Were you
No.
bringing her around? No. So how does she know TJ?
I think they either met in high school. I think they were friends at high school, or they were just like following up on Snapchat because TJ posts his shit on Snapchat of his wrestling content, promos, everything on his Snapchat.
They were probably friends in high school or something else. Something
Right.
else that honestly, bro, you don't really need to do too much investigation if you don't want to get back with her, bro, because there's probably some more sleazy shit behind
Yeah.
the scenes. But basically, it sounds like she was using him to like end your career before you even started, which honestly, if you didn't graduate, that means TJ didn't graduate either, right?
I mean, I don't know about TJ, but I heard that he was gonna get some matches in. I mean, when I first Raphael took over, I heard he was gonna get some.
Before you. He's putting out flyers. He's doing media. You're not. So now you start seeing him in other shows, and now his head is gas, and he thinks he has fucking say. Am I correct?
I mean, for the most part,
Well, that's what it sounds like. I mean, I just had an incident with him too, with him talking about me, and I don't understand the kid because he just this would be either his first or second year in the Indies, and there's so much drama with him. And promoters out there, well, it's not even promoters, it's just were you a part of the Tampa clique?
nah.
No, so you didn't fit in.
No, I'm just like my own man because I work a lot.
So who's in the Tampa clique? When you was at your school, who was the cliques? Who were the guys that hung out with each other?
Uh,
Ain't nothing gonna
yeah,
happen to you, bro. These
yeah,
guys, they just like to intimidate and scare people with certain tactics that don't work. I told you
right,
this in the beginning. Just because he says you're not allowed to wrestle anymore does not mean he's anybody. He's not Vince McMahon. He's not, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's just the point of how you want to take things. You could take things two ways. You could be the bigger person. We could find you a school here at Ring Fever. You could attend to that school. You could point your middle finger up in the air, say fuck that dude, keep going forward. Or when you guys see each other, you guys could beat the shit out of him. Now you look like a big dude, right?
right,
And I guarantee you, just cause I know how him and his friends are, him, August, all of them, they're cop callers. They internet guys that love to intimidate people on the internet, but when push comes to shove, if you put your hands on this kid, he will call the fucking cops on you. Now, I'm not a fan of the legal system here in Florida. If we were in another state, I'll tell you to go for it. But in this state, how old are you?
I am 25 years old.
So 25. 25 in this state, you knock CJ out. Let's say all his friends are going to turn right away. They're all going to agree with him. No one's going to side with you. They're all going to make up false stories, blah, blah, blah. Boom, you get locked up. You get charged with assault. That's a couple grand you got to pay to get out of jail. It's not like New York, bro. New York, bro, I'll knock a motherfucker out because I'm out in 24 hours. But over here, you probably spend a week. Out of that week, if you had a job, you lost your job. If you have some payments, now you behind. That
Yeah,
money you spent, you just spent on a fucking bail bondsman. You feel me? For who? For who?
for like what bullshit for nothing. Like it's
You feel me? I know there's more to the story because I know the full story. I just, while I'm hearing you talk, I just feel like at the moment right now, while we're interviewing, I just feel like expose some, but don't expose too much. Because at the end of the day, buddy, bro, listen, bro. The guy's a fucking Irish guy playing an Italian. Like who the
right,
fuck believes he's Italian? I tell this to Ashton all the time. Like, come on, bro. If he hits you or says anything to you on paper, you can make his life hell. You know what I
right.
mean? I'm not with the snitching shit, but I don't. I don't like bullies and I don't like people that support pedophilia.
Right. And I just don't like people who tells me what I can or can be.
And I just tell you that you already started. He hasn't graduated either. He's a backdoor click guy. So
Right.
he has something to offer right now, which is providing a service that most promoters right now can't do because they're too fucking lazy to do.
Right.
So they pay TJ, okay, an extra $20, $30 to make fucking flyers. Okay. Listen, let me tell you the Mark shit that I found out so you can feel a little bit better. Okay.
Right.
Now I told you I was gonna do some investigation. I know he was creeping up on your girl and all this other shit. That doesn't even matter. Women come and go in this business. Here's the part. You you put a flight from here to the UK, right? Round trip.
Right.
Yeah, it's pay about $1,600, right? That's round trip. You pay for August's trip. Because August ain't got no money. He lives in a trailer. Drives a fucking Dodge Neon with a fucking trailer hitch in the back, and all you fucking suckers are listening to him. It's another 1,600, right?
Right.
Plus food, okay? On top of the food, you also got to remember, y'all smoke. That, that's money for smoking too, right? You got to put that down too, right? Let's be real.
Right.
You on vacation, right? How about gas? You got to put gas down too, right?
Right.
So you flew all the way to the UK for this big documentary that he hyped you up about, right?
Right.
And I shouldn't even talk about my numbers because I get flagged all the time that people are gonna use my numbers to throw back at me when I say this. But this is the funny shit. I want you to think about this, right? So we're going on three, four, maybe $5,000 now, all right? All spent to go to the UK to shoot this documentary. Let's add another. We got three. Let's add another $500. Another $500 in miscellaneous tenders. Just put it like that. Beer, hotel here, probably extra room there. Got 3,500. Round it up to go to UK to shoot this documentary. What did he get out of that? Did he wrestle in the UK?
I don't
Did
think so.
did he get any film work for himself in the UK? When he came
Oh,
back and he did all this time and effort and all this was gonna be the biggest documentary in the fucking indies. This documentary was gonna rock this shit was gonna be fucking incredible for everybody. We're 9 months in after the documentary. They only got 722 fucking views. You're not a fucking draw. Calm down. It's on paper. I want you to think about that. 35 fucking hundred. I know how much money you spent in your school and you spent on things that you thought was going to develop your career. And I don't want to get too much into that because I don't want people to think you're a mark. But just think about that. 35 fucking $100. Let's round it up. It could be more, it could be less. But bro, what the fuck did he get out of that?
from my point of view, I would say nothing.
Just to be on a couple of more fucking shitty shows? Just so he could say, "Oh, I'm on this show and this show and this show." Because they're not. You got to think about it. I don't want you to think because when they tell you you're banned, what are you banned of? You're banned of the shows he's on, bro. That's a fucking blessing. Think about it, my brother. It's a blessing. Now you don't have to be on no shows with none of the motherfuckers, bro. Go
Right.
take your go take your career to North Florida, or go take your career to South Florida, or go take your career to Tampa Bay. Pro, where they ain't got that drama. Or go down to Riot where my dude JD Amazing don't play that shit. Or Vertigo or any of them dudes don't play that shit. Don't let these dudes be the dudes that tell you what you can and can't do. Cause you hear them say it about me, oh, you're banned. Banned from what? Banned from your shitty shows? I have a fucking ring. If I want, I'll go tomorrow, get an event pass, and all you motherfuckers are gonna suck me over to be on a show. It's simple mathematics, bro. Like I want to stir the pot more, but I kind of want you to still be in this business. I don't want you to take all the nasty shit, all the shit they said to you, and just make you feel like because you ain't even get to the weirdos yet. You
Nah.
ain't even you think losing your girl right now is something in the industry, bro? I tell everybody, don't bring your fucking girl to the locker room unless you guys are fucking married and you know how you slinging your dick. Straight
Right.
real. Because this side becomes little cokes, becomes little clicks. They start putting your shit out there. You break up with her, and then they think they got to. I'm gonna expose you. What are you gonna expose? That you guys don't want to be together no more?
Like she says she has everything. She says she has my dick. I was like, really?
Okay,
Okay. So what?
you
Like it's a
you guys
picture
are
of my
fucking.
fucking.
You guys
We
are
were
fucking.
about to until. Oh my
You
god.
you know what I'm saying? Like you guys were a couple. She got pictures of your dick. All right, and
And I still got pictures of her. Like she's
you know what I'm
gonna
saying? It's all
deny it.
it's childish shit. Is shit to ruin your career. And
Exactly.
it's only you. You gotta let it ruin your career.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna let.
okay. There's some sexual explicit pictures of you two guys. Um, you know how much pictures are out there? That's the shit of the 2018, 2017. Maybe that shit would have ruined your career. But nowadays, everybody dick pics are out there, and everybody titty pictures are fucking out there. All these fucking hoes got fucking OnlyFans now. On the
Yeah.
real. On the
Like on
real.
the real. Yeah. On the real.
On the real. As long as you ain't knock the teeth out of her or put your hands on her on some
Oh no.
physical shit, yeah, bro, it's just a bad breakup, bro, that he's trying to capitalize for his own self gain so he could look like the big Willie on the block. And you just got to make sure you don't let it get to you mentally. Bro, I seen his fuckery, how he does it. Like I seen him do it to Ashton, and now that's why Ashton is under me. And I see how he manipulated the game, and I see how he manipulates other promoters and stuff. But like I said, it's up to you. If you ain't fuck her up, right? Did you rape her?
Fuck no. I never
Okay.
even went
All
to
right.
second base
I'm
with
just
the.
saying. You didn't rape her.
No.
Just listen to me. You didn't rape her. Okay.
No. Okay.
You didn't slap her or anything like that. Okay.
No.
Did you get arrested for domestic violence?
No. I never even put my hands on her. I'm a
Okay.
gentleman.
There's no record of domestic violence. Okay. So what are they gonna expose? That you didn't comb your hair today when you did the interview? What the fuck are they gonna expose, my guy? That you didn't pay your fucking wrestling dues? That you have a dick picture out there? Yo, bro, that's you. Like that's why I wanted to talk to you, bro. Like,
No, you're
think about
good.
it, bro. Think about it. What are they really gonna do to you, bro?
Like I'm asking her like what is she gonna do to me? Like what is you and TJ gonna do to me? Like I'm still waiting and nothing. Like threatens she's gonna threaten me. She says she's gonna come into my house. She's gonna come up to my job.
Okay. This is the
Like
state
what?
of Florida. This is the state
It's
of Florida. Okay. And in the state of Florida, she can't go into your property without your permission. So,
exactly
what nationality are you?
um um black and Puerto Rican.
Okay. So, I'm pretty sure you got sisters or you don't got sisters.
I have a half sister,
How old is she?
35.
35. Okay. Does she live with you guys?
No.
No.
She lives in Virginia. She got
Who
married.
besides you live in the house?
It's just me and my mother.
You and your mother. Okay. Anybody, doesn't matter if it's man or female, steps into your property uninvited. You have all legal rights under the State Act of Stand Your Ground to tell them to get the fuck out and physically remove them. And right there, that doesn't mean it's domestic violence. It doesn't mean it's your home is supposed to be your castle. Okay.
Right.
Point and simple. Your castle is supposed to be a safe haven, is where you're supposed to go home and relax and always feel free and always feel non-threatened. That's why we have a constitution that says you have the right to bear arms for like if another country tries to attack us or whatever, we have the right to defend our property and tell them motherfuckers no. So your home is your protection. Dude, you know how many people say they're gonna come to my house? For what? This is what I say, for what? So I could be on the fucking news? The law here states in the state of Florida, the reason why I've never left the state, because it's the most beautiful law there is. You have the right to stand your ground.
Right.
And as long as you understand that and you go through the proper channels to protect yourself, you shouldn't worry about nobody going to your house. You when someone says they're going to your house, you should sit back, turn on the TV, bro, and just be like, Wepa, aquí llega, vamos.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
You just gotta know your way to move better. Does it make you pussy to not take a booking because he's gonna be there? It don't make you pussy. It just means you don't want to knock him out.
Right.
You
And
feel me? Does it mean you pussy if you take your business the other side of Florida or you go out of state or whatever? No, I don't mean none of that.
no.
I believe, bro. I'm gonna let you talk in a second, but I believe in something that people be like, nah, bro, you wild. Don't even say that word. I believe in toxic masculinity, bro. I'm an 80s baby, bro. I believe men should be men. You feel me? We
Yeah.
fucking men. That's it. I believe in the dude putting in that hard work, working that 9 to 5, doing what they gotta do. I believe in all that shit. What I don't believe is the dude that turns around and say, I can't. Especially when I don't even want to say it like this, but when a gringo wants to tell us minorities what we can and can't do in this business, knowing that he ain't got no power. This dude ain't John God, bro. I tell you right now, he don't even know mafia dudes. I know Gambino dudes, bro. I know real Castellano dudes. They don't trust me. That dude wouldn't last a day in that world.
Right.
So between me and you, bro, you gonna let this shit continue to fuck with your head or what's popping?
So, well, I had the conversation with Delgado. Me and him, I love Delgado. I mean, he's like a big brother to me. He is a big brother, and I knew that I should have reached out to him about this situation, in which he did, and I have to tell him what's been really happening. He said, "Well, with you and TJ going on right now, this shit you got to put this to an end right now. You should reach out to TJ and whatever you got going on and shit, sort it out. If not, it's gonna go to a whole nother direction." And from Delgado's point of view, saying like you two need to work this out, it should be like, well, apologize. We're like friends, like my training brother. I thought he was like an actual brother that I could probably commute to him, that I can support him in this business, even if I didn't make it as a professional wrestler. But nah, he just said what
You
he had to said.
you 25, bro.
Yeah.
See, how old is TJ?
I think he's like probably, I'll say 23 or 24. I don't know.
So I kind of don't pay mind to the 25, 24-year olds, like from the 19, from the age of 19 to maybe 29. I give them a little pass because they don't know better. Guys that are like 40 years old, going to 50, that are still hanging around, basically hanging around them. Those are the guys I find fucking weird. That's why I have a
Right.
problem. That's why I have a problem because it's like a manipulation thing. Like I knew TJ. I don't know TJ too well, but I know the stories everyone's been telling me, and it all consists of the same time around. Like he was a good kid after Francisco died. He did the big turnaround. I get that, but you have to understand that he's still a baby, and he doesn't have the right role model. The right role model right now is the devil. and the devil's gonna tell him whatever the fuck he want. And that's August. And August is one of these dudes that doesn't work. You feel me? Doesn't really do nothing. So he has all these little 19 and 25, 26 years old dudes paying for his shit, paying for his flights, giving him money for food, paying for his
Hello.
gas. And
Okay.
those are the dudes you gotta understand that are like when they tell you you'll never be nothing in the business, you gotta sit back and realize, well, what are you in this business? What are you doing that is so important that you could tell me I'm not doing nothing? So, like, once again with TJ, what is he doing right now that he could tell you you don't belong anymore? You're officially blacklisted. You'll never get booked. What is he doing right now that he has that power and pen? Does he have money? Does he have his own promotion? He's a fucking flyer guy. Okay, he's a flyer guy. That's what I want you. When we done with this interview, I hope tomorrow you hit me up like, yo, dude, I woke up and I started running on some Rocky shit. You feel
Right.
me? These are all groomers. These are all adult groomers that get into this gym and they eat the minds of these kids with false promises.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
Sorry about
that
that.
get no, no, it's cool.
Continue,
These
continue.
are these are grown men, 40 years old, 50 years old, hanging around the gym, getting 19 to 29-year olds to believe in their punk ass stories like they doing something. But you got to think about it. Have you ever seen these dudes in real big promotions, real big shows? Maybe one or two. But what
Yeah.
show the same shows they do, you could do.
Right.
And most of them use those kids to pay so they could wrestle big names. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
August, where's August going to? He got beef with Mark Henry. He got beef with all these other dudes for him acting stupid on Twitter and fucking not taking an AEW dark booking. So he's never gonna get booked in the next 5 years for any one of them big shows like MLW or fucking. Well, you know what? Maybe he'll make MLW, but he'll never make none of them big indie fucking promotions or none of that. All he's gonna do is make trash bag fucking outlaw shows, out of state outlaw shows, and make you think he's doing something. Like, bro, going to
Right.
Thailand and wrestling in a boxing ring in front of 50 people, I could do that down the block. I didn't need
Right.
that guy to spend all that money for me to fucking fly to Thailand so I could play with some lady boys. You figure deal me?
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
What are we doing after this? After today? What have we accomplished? What are we doing after this?
Well, I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna have a lot of time to think. I'm gonna have a serious conversation. What's really going on with this situation, and I'm gonna tell myself, well, do I should allow this to keep continuing, or should I just like be the bigger person and handle this in a different way?
I think you should stay in the business. I think you should find a new coach that fits your needs. What region you live? You live in the Tampa region?
I live sort of like I'm in Newport Richie,
How far is Orlando for you?
about 2 or 3 hours.
3 hours.
Or
Damn, buddy. I think you need to check that.
uh,
Here's the best thing you could do for your career. All right.
right,
HOG's moving to Orlando. HOG's opening up another school, House of Glory. They're funded by Master P, Amazing Red, my man Brian XL back in the days. A lot of people done came out their school. They're moving into Orlando. You should start saving money now. Okay. Still go to little schools. I'll find you a school where you could pay like maybe 50, $60. You should hit up Brian Idol and go to FTW, really. You feel me? That's in Pinellas. How far is
Pinellas.
Pinellas from you?
I would say about for like driving wise, it'll take me about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Look at that. You should hit up the FTW Academy and get away from all of these dudes. and you should have a refresh start. You already know how to wrestle. You can learn from Idol, okay? That's in your region. Um, Brian Idol has trained many people that have been on TV, many people that have been on music videos. He has a great program. My buddy VHS wrestles there and trained there. There's also I know you know Natalia from Natalia Levishkov from NWA, the Russian chick. She kind of looked like a Barbie doll.
I never keep up with NWA.
Well, she trains there. Well, it's a good facility for you to continue to wrestle. They have a no drama policy. Um, no one in that school acts like they fucking better than anybody because Brian would straight throw them out, straight
Right.
up. And it's a reasonable price. I'm not sure if you could work with him on the price because it's so reasonable that it's like, dude, I'm already making it cheap enough for you. But he has other ways for like he works with people. Like I know people that were short 1 month and he'll actually tell them like, hey, you want to work on this day for me? And I'll cover this and people will go out and work for him. And like
Right.
the dude's a good teacher. I know plenty of people that went there that were trash and got their skills up there. And honestly, that's a good way for you to start right now. Get into the business, learn the good shit about the business, okay? Because Brian Idol could probably teach you some good shit about the business. Okay, his students could teach you both. You'll be in a different class, different people. Maybe there'll be one or two people that you know but don't really know. But the point is, they don't play that drama shit, and it's close to you. You
Right.
feel me? You get a lot of one-on-one time too, because Idol's the type that after 2 or 3 weeks he'll know exactly where the fuck you suck at, and he'll work with you. And I guarantee you, the money you spend with him, it'll be worth it. And you don't got to deal with no, bro. You don't got to deal with nothing, bro. You can actually, it's FTW promotion, bro. When they do student shows, their student shows don't draw 20, 30 people, bro. They draw thousands of people, bro. They bring in dudes from the NWA and TNA to help their students draw. So it's not like his students go in and just wrestle like Joe Schmo, bro. Like his students go wrestle big names, so their portfolio goes up too. You feel me? So you won't be in there like fucking getting jerked off or anything. After
Right.
that, you save some money, right?
Right.
While you in that school, save some money. In a year or two, when HOG open up, go down to Orlando and join that school. And if you don't make it to the WWE or fucking TNA or whatever, at least you did HOG, brother. At least you traveled the world and you did HOG. At least you went to New York. At least you went to Japan, and at least you went to Texas and you did shows in Florida. That's the best. That's a fucking plan right there, buddy. You feel me? You 25, you still got time to do, bro. As for
So,
hoes, you gonna get hoes all day, brother. You Puerto Rican. I'm pretty sure your daddy told you that, bro.
yeah.
You
I
Puerto
have a
Rican, bro.
yeah, and I have
I,
a proud father too.
aquí meten huevo por todo lado. That's how we say it, bro. I'm
Yes,
pretty
sir.
sure your daddy told you, bro. You black and Puerto Rican, so pussy's coming. Pussy's gonna come to you, bro. You don't really got to worry about that, bro.
Yes, sir.
You best of both worlds, bro. All you gotta do is just in Florida, bro. You gotta move different. You feel me? You grew up in Florida or what happened?
Oh no, I grew up most of my life in Newport News. I decided to move to Florida when I was 14 because I've been getting in a fight a lot and I almost got in trouble with the law. So I'm trying to get on a fresh start and just moved
Where
here.
you was before this?
Newport News, Virginia.
Oh shit! All right, I know what that's at.
Yeah. Like I don't know if I was supposed to go to Warwick High School throughout my high school year where Michael Vick went pro.
How far is Richmond, Virginia, from there?
I would say about an hour from where I'm at.
I know Richmond is hood as fuck. So where
Yeah.
you was at, where you was at was hood as fuck too. I don't know Virginia hoods.
Well, I grew up in the suburbs in Virginia.
Okay, and then what? You guys, what? Your high school was wilding. The area was wilding.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. That's why.
So You guys moved out here, and now you got a job. Where you working at? You don't got to say
Um,
the exact location, but you can say what you do. You
I
know?
work in. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I'm saying you don't have to give up like the company, but you can say what you do.
Well, I'm technically currently working in fast food.
Fast foods.
Yeah,
You can get out of that quick, bro.
for real.
You know it's a good job. If you like fast foods, you know it's a good job, bro. Go to Publix, bro.
Oh yeah, I was planning on applying there.
Go to Publix. My boy, I don't want to put my boy out there, another wrestler. I don't want to put him out there, but I just told him go apply to Walmart because he's very jittery, and I know he got ADHD and shit, and he's very jittery. And I said, man, go apply to Walmart and go work in the deli. So he's been there a year already, and he's already the assistant manager of the deli. Yeah, you just got to find something that fits you, like something that because you're still young, something that fits you. Or fucking if you lose your time, bro, go to the army for a while. You feel me? You can still wrestle.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea going to the army.
Yeah. All right, kid. So anything else you want to let go of before I go to round two today? Because I still have another interview today.
Well,
We got a double hitter tonight on Ring Fever. You feel
I
better?
had to, well, I don't have that much to say, but
I didn't let you say that much because I didn't want you to bury yourself.
right. But yeah, to all of those in favor. I mean, for me, my advice is just don't let trouble get into you and just stay out of the bullshit and all the drama and all that other shit. And that's technically for me, I'm too nervous right now. But anyway, but TJ, you need some help. That's all I have to say. You need legitimate help. What you are doing right now.
Poison. Poison. That's all I've been hearing. Poison. Listen, folks, there's some of you guys that go through stuff sometimes. You get confused. You don't know what to do.
You ready for war? Well,
You hit me up.
We hold heat,
I'm gonna bring you on. I'm gonna let you say your piece, but I ain't gonna let you bury yourself. That's the concept. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, we made it clear that we ain't gonna let some kids come into our lives and tell us what we can and can't do. This young gentleman, Chris, deserves a second shot. He's gonna get a second shot. Ring People will be there from the beginning to the end of his career, starting from today. If he's able to show up May 31st at the Joke Joint here in Summerfield, probably give him a couple pointers in front of some real legends. But until then, Chris, you already know this is Ring Fever. Get ready for round two. We have a North Florida promoter who's gonna tell us the reason why he's been out of the news and out of the drama. But Chris, don't let any of this stuff get to your head. Love you here at Ring Fever. We'll holler at you next week, buddy.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
But still, if it's God's will, I could be next.
My name is Angel Salazar, Ángel Salazar, mi gente. Yo soy el actor de la película Scarface, Cara Cortada, con Al Pacino. In the movie, I play Chichi. Chichi, ¿qué te quieres? I'm here with my boy from Fever, Keep It Real.
Big Mike Fever holding it down for your exclusive wrestling, boxing, MMA, and pop culture news.
Welcome for round two of Ring Fever Sunday. Unfortunately, my original guest bailed out life circumstances, but I thought it would be a good idea to bring back my new co-host and new member of Ring Fever, aka the Macho Boy, aka the Problem Child, aka the man of 100 names.
The host with the most.
The host with the most. Oh,
Yeah,
the host of Cutting the Kayfabe. That's
yeah,
also played here on Ring Fever Network.
which
Ashley,
is
Ashley,
great. I love that.
what's going on, man?
Not well. I don't want to say not a lot. I'm going to cut the kayfabe really quickly on this. We've already filmed this one time, and then we messed up the files. So today is the Sunday, the day after my prom. So a lot has been going on, but over the past few
Whoa, whoa,
weeks,
whoa, 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 whoa. The prom, kid.
the prom, the
The
prom.
prom, kid. The prom, kid. Before you start spilling the beans, the prom, kid.
It was
Boy,
great. I had a
you
lot of
was
fun.
dressed to impress. Tell me, how
Yeah,
was the
man.
prom?
The purple suit, man.
Purple suit.
The
My man had the
theme
purple
that
suit.
the theme was meet me at midnight, and I thought about it. I was like, well, this is the only time I'll probably get to wear purple to my school's prom, so might as well let's do it. And I went. I did not bring a date. That's the first thing Ray asked me. I did not. For you teenagers who listen to Ring Fever, you don't need a date to have fun at a dance. I went out there and I
Nah,
was
I heard you
dancing.
have fun though.
I was out there dancing to Gasolina. I was out there. I was hanging out, having a good time. It was a fantastic time.
That's what's up, yo. Listen, you're gonna be a little mad at me because before you jumped on, when we play this on the replay, you're gonna be like, what went on the first interview? So the reason why I brought you on, the other guy he bailed out on me, but the reason why I brought you on was I just had that Chris kid
Oh my
from
goodness.
Yaz from WNN. And just to let you know, I had to chop his. I'm going to have to chop his interview up.
Whoa.
So, well, it's because it has to do with TJ and some of the stuff he says about TJ. We just gonna chop it up because you know how TJ likes to cry with all the internet guys, and I don't need the show to get taken down right away. But I left. I'm gonna leave enough so you could pretty much put two and two together about what he's talking about. It's gonna leave a
Gotcha.
lot of people confused, bro. But honestly, it's I'm saving his career more than I'm saving mine. You know what
You
I'm saying?
stole it. You stole it from me. I was already in talks with him to get that, so you stole it. But it's okay. We're all one entity now.
Yeah,
Ring Fever and Cut the
you know what,
Kayfabe. It's all
brother?
one thing.
There's also things that I need to teach
You
you.
can do it more justice than I can.
Sometimes when you get good interviews, bro, and they overdo themselves, you can't play all of it. All right, you can't. You just gotta cut it loose. I mean, I'm gonna give you an example. Do you look? You're gonna be like, I don't know what that is. You know what no jumper is?
Yeah, I know what no jumper is. Yeah,
Okay, so you see how they haven't been cutting certain things loose, and now they just been federally indicted. So
yeah.
you don't want your guests to get themselves in trouble. You know what I mean? So Chris is a good kid, but honestly, the situation between him and TJ, I could just let you flat out know it's TJ being a fucking
It's TJ being TJ Brady.
yeah, he's
I've heard a little
basically
bit about it. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie to you. I've heard a little bit about it.
yeah, he's trying to
I've
fuck his
heard
girl.
yeah, exactly. I've heard the bare minimum of it. But from what I've heard, I told him I was like, listen, I hate to say it, but I guess I'm gonna say it here on Ring Fever. Somebody's got to bring the light on who TJ Brady is, and if I have to do
It's
it or you have to do it, then
it's good to bring the light on it, but honestly, between me and you, these promoters are cheap, so they're gonna keep him because he's the flyer guy, he's the video guy, and honestly, he's
speaking of
not really
that.
going.
Sorry to cut you off. Speaking of that, if you need logos, flyers, promos, video editing, all the above, go right now to www.facebook.com/cutting the kayfabe and check out our sister company, Kayfabe Graphics, for all your graphic needs. Thank you very much, Mr. Ray.
Great with the plug-in. I swear that was perfect timing. But no, TJ does flyers and he's part of that little
The click.
the click, the
Not the
August
good
click.
click. Not the good click like the NWO click. We're talking about the bad
Yeah.
click.
So I let the kid expose him, but I'm gonna take out a lot of it. I mean, I just don't wanna what I'm saying? I just don't want the kid to bury himself. But I did tell him the same thing I told you, bro. Don't let these kids tell you what you can and can't do. You're the designer of your own destiny.
Right.
You're your own master. But yeah, fuck TJ. Hey, what's going on? So you had the prom. So what you did after the prom?
Just went back to my buddy's house. We just kind of hung out. Didn't really do anything like that. One of my friends actually, got hit by a drunk driver. On the way home
Oh
from
shit, man.
100 miles per hour coming at him and hit him and his girlfriend. They're recovering. They're still alive, thank God.
What a way
Thoughts?
to fuck up a night, right?
Yeah. We all found out about it this morning. We all woke up to it this
You
morning.
wasn't drinking, right, little man?
No. And neither was the person I was driving with.
Okay.
We actually left 30 minutes early from the prom, so we didn't have to compete with everybody trying to get up out of Clearwater and everything like that.
Did you get
So we
anything to
played it
eat after
smart.
that?
Did
Yeah,
I
went
get any
out to
heat
eat.
for it?
No, I
Oh no
said
no
you
no.
get.
We when I went back to my buddy's house, his mom had food already, so we went over there and we had pizza and stuff like that. They had some small stuff at the prom, but it was cold. I wasn't even over there.
So besides TJ, let's address the other elephant in the room.
Okay, so let
You
me.
seen in
There's
that
another
week
elephant
episode?
before this elephant. There's another elephant before this elephant. So I want to say this because you forget that that other episode did not go out. So I'm gonna say it this time. You guys are probably wondering, why the hell is cutting the kayfabe involved with ring fever now? I thought Ashton and El Rey didn't like each other. Well, Mr. Michael El Rey is the last manager of his generation. I'm the greatest manager of my generation. So when you can't beat somebody, the only logical thing to do is to join them and take your knowledge because El Rey will agree. He learned some things from me and I learned a lot from El Rey. We both teach each other.
So
So for us to be
forming
able to
the
take
Legion of Doom. Go ahead.
yes,
Sorry.
yes. So for us to be able to put our two babies together and co-align with each other and work side by side, it's great. And I'm very thankful for Michael Array to bring me onto the Ring Fever Network. I know Chris Crawford is very. I know he's been absent from Cut the Kayfabe for a little bit, but I know he's very excited. More info for that coming up. But yeah, the other big elephant in the room. I did see your episode. I did.
So aren't you
Wow.
glad? Aren't you glad that your episode was messed up?
So okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not as big as like a problem person or like a troublemaker as I get put out to be. I said what I said in the last interview because I thought that how dog Raphael was interview, and I should have known because I was around him for so long that he was going to go the respectable and professional way about it. I should have never had a second thought in my mind about it, and that is exactly what he did.
You see, the thing
Not saying that what I said in mine was unprofessional, just some of the things
no,
just
you,
would.
you didn't
Yeah,
go. Wait, before anybody listening and start thinking that we're fucking holding on to some imaginary tape. The tape was the Ashton
it's
got on
gone.
here last week. We were talking about his the merger between Ring Fever and us and why I brought him on. And we talked a little bit about Raphael and his situation with Raphael, but a lot of the material wasn't deleted. The sound quality wasn't good. During that week that I was gonna shoot it again, Raphael wanted to get interviewed. It was time for me to interview him. So I postponed the problem child and I told him, hold on, because you want to talk about somebody who wants to talk about you. Let's hear him out first. And then you could get on the following week or whenever, buddy. You could push any button you want in Ring Favor. You could come on at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I can if I really wanted to, guys. If I really wanted to, I genuinely could.
So we basically hooked up with Raphael, and everything I thought he was gonna say about you turned out to be the opposite. And you can honestly tell during the interview.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I want to get to. I'm gonna get to that part. I'm gonna single
First
that.
off, is somebody playing the drums in back of you? You fucking you watching Coming to America or something? What's
Okay,
going on?
so out there in the living room, the Masters PGA Masters is going on. So they're out there having some fun watching the Masters right now. Well, I'm sitting on here on Rink Fever, baby. You gotta
right.
the cut in the kayfabe office is very semi useful.
So, what did you think about the interview with Ralphie? With
So I want
Hondo?
to say this. That comment that I made about, I'm not even going to say she name, Riley Daniels. That comment I made about Riley Daniels. that wasn't a comment shooted towards you as a bang bang. That comment was just out of anger and me just simply saying how I felt. When you made that post on Facebook, I simply just was replying with how I felt. I was not doing it for views or to make you look bad, because out of everybody, I, just as well as you have went to bat for me, I've also been the first person there to go to bat for you.
We're talking
Every
about
single
Hound Dog.
Rafael Gonzalez, the man who taught me my basics. As bad as people want to say that I don't say it, I said it on the last one. I'll say it again. Without him, I wouldn't know how to do a front roll, a back roll, a 3/4, a tiger, a back bump. Hell, my front bump's still a little iffy. We're working on it, but I wouldn't even have the basics for that. I wouldn't know how to run the ropes without running out of breath. So I do genuinely thank Rafael. And I genuinely do thank you, Rafi, for giving me that platform. But something El Rey said stuck out to me, and I truly feel that that's how it is sometimes you love somebody so much and you just can't combine on that creative coach level. Sometimes you have to either let your student go, or the student has to leave and go somewhere else and try something new and learn something new to be able to go, okay, hey, maybe this was the bad idea.
Dude, I told you that plenty of times with me and Frankie.
Yeah, 100% that Frankie was a good starter school.
Frankie Reyes will tell me things that make no fucking sense. It will piss me off. I will still do it, and then it'll make sense after I do it. And after I do it, and it makes sense, and I'm over, now I'm in the back looking like a jerk off because now I gotta apologize to this guy for yelling at him for 20 minutes before the show.
Right.
So I'm glad that we accomplished something where we know sometimes these dudes don't explain shit, and Ralphie sometimes fucking sucks in explaining shit. Okay?
That's a big thing for me. I'm a very visual. And it's the same thing in school. I'm a very visual learner. I have to physically see what you want me to do for me to execute that for you. If I don't, then I'm not really going to grasp it the whole way. But that's also my fault, though. I should have spoke up and said, hey, can we try it like this? Can we try it like that? But I don't want to...
Too much emotions involved with you, kid. You got to remember, you wasn't a student to him. That's what I kept trying to tell you. You heard him say here. You heard him say, what was it? Watch your mouth when it comes to him. He still minds. So there's always going to be that love.
There's that other thing he said too, though, and it really stuck out to me. He said that he wasn't mad at me or he wasn't disappointed. He was hurt.
Yeah,
dog.
That's a different
Ralphie.
That's a different level.
I felt that. I really, really did. But when I watched that interview, it made me go back and made me think, and that's how I felt some of the times when I tried to express how I felt about certain things that was going on, or a certain individual by the name that we've already mentioned, TJ Brady, doing things that really he shouldn't have been doing, and that you were very, very heavily against before he joined the roster, and he was doing. That's how I felt when I was kind of not really, I don't want to say not listened to, because you definitely did listen to me, but you kind of sometimes let some of the other people in your ear a little bit more than your guys who have originally been there since the start. I mean, everybody knows it. The first time I ever saw professional wrestling was AMP Pro Wrestling. Before WWE, before any of that, was AMP Pro Wrestling. So
AMP was your first show?
Very first time I ever saw wrestling was AMP Pro Wrestling.
I thought it was ACW.
No. That's where I found my love for it. The very first time I ever saw it was AMP. I truly found my love for it at ACW. But another thing, though, is that if not even everybody, this isn't in between everybody, you were hurt by the things I said. I was hurt that I had to walk away. Because that your company has more of an emotional tie to me than you understand. It's not only the birth of where I was reborn after my mentor passed away, it's also the place where I grew up watching, and I was able to better my craft, and guys that I looked up to as a kid, the same guy that trained them on how they had to do stuff, the same place where they performed, the same name, the same company, the same titles. And I understand I understand where I kind of overstepped the line a little bit because I was that fan. I always wanted to say, well, what about this? But you have to think about if I'm that fan who works for you now and I'm thinking about, well, what about this guy? Or what about when this happened? Or what are we going to do about this? Then the other fans are thinking about that too if I'm thinking about that.
Damn, son, you sound like you growing up, yo. What's going
Listen,
on here, yo?
I've been thinking about this a lot, man, because
You get some knowledge in your head, bro.
everybody's taking me as a joke, man. But I've sat in these locker
rooms
rooms and soaked up like a sponge, man.
Hey, listen, that's another thing too. Let them take you as a joke. You see how I do. I show you all the time. Like, bro, let them talk, man. Let them talk. At the end of the day, let me explain something to you. Just like the last kid that was on. It seems that all the problems are boiled down to one individual. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like all the problems started once Raphael let TJ into the group. And
It wasn't even about letting him into the group either. It wasn't even about letting him into the group. It was how TJ portrayed himself. If he wouldn't have came in there acting like I got this power, and I'm mighty, and I can do this, then we wouldn't have really had a problem. We'd be like, okay, you're new to our roster.
I also feel, okay, you only let a man get that power if you let him. So, like I told the other kid wanted to come on. He wanted to expose him. He said enough, and then he said some stuff that I had to take out because it's about females, and I don't know I don't know that female, and I don't want her to think it's an opportunity for her to come on the show and fucking talk her yap off. But
because it ain't.
On the contrary, it goes like this: TJ's cheap labor, very fucking cheap labor. Also, TJ is still young at the point where you can still make him do things without him even knowing. Like, for example, there's sometimes people hit you up, right? And you tell me about it, and I tell you, don't fucking do it. They're trying to take advantage of you.
Indeed.
And at that time, as sometimes you look at it as I'm trying to be a hater, but recently you've been looking at it as, damn, dog, yeah, they are trying to fucking take advantage of me. Why? Because you too know how to do graphics. You too know how to do flyers. You too know how to do a service that allows.
Speaking of that, once again, www.facebook.com/cutthekayfabe.
So guys tend to not take the time and educate themselves in doing that, and they rather have someone do it for free. Like me, honestly, I always say it's a service you're doing, so you should get paid for it, no matter how much you want. Like maybe your price is a little bit too much for me, but are you willing to do it for this one? You're still getting paid for the service. With TJ is he knows he's needed. He knows the
it's a
service
supply and demand.
Yes. So
it's a supply and demand.
He's learned how to hustle the situation. Yeah, I could do your flyer, but I need to be on the flyer. And
in the middle of it.
Yeah, and these people need to be on. And that's how he weasel his way into the minds of some of these promotions. Like when I told you, hey, come on board, do what you got to do. I got your back. Remember, we behind the scenes, we got 1 year to work on some stuff. You know what I mean? Some stuff that we know it's gonna work out. You know what I mean? Some extra training.
There's some big stuff coming that you guys have no clue about.
Let's work on it, but at the same time, too, do anybody pay you for your graphics? No, nobody does this. Nobody. Hey, look, I'm gonna drop you saying you don't have to do it every week. You don't have to. It's just for you to have money in your pocket in case you need to go do something or whatever. Plus, you're 17, bro. In case you want to take a shorty home. I don't want you out there with no money in your pocket because if shorty wants something to drink, I don't want the macho boy to be. You know what I mean? I want him to have his little
Macho Boy's dead, buddy. This is who's born. We could segue into that. We can get into there. We could segue. I will say this. I will end. Wait, let me end, and then I'll let you end up. Raph, I love you. I still love you. I know you didn't say that, but I do. I still here. I'm even looking in the camera. I still love you. I know that this is just a rough patch. Eventually down the line, we can have a conversation and figure some things out. But right now, I just need to figure out my own path and figure out what's next for me. I love you. Thank you for
That's the
everything. I appreciate it. I genuinely do.
gentleman thing to do, bro. Because at the end of the day, you didn't only have a relationship with him. And that's what I wanted. That's what I spoke to you about. Remember the feelings that you're hurting there. So I'm glad you apologized. Because at the end of the day, bro, the wife still loves you. You know?
I
And you
still love
said,
her cooking, so it's okay.
and what was it you said this morning when you spoke to me? Yo, every move Ramona taught me, I was out there dancing with all these Spanish girls. You know what I
You're
mean?
a
Like, come
smug one.
on.
You're a smug one, aren't you,
Come
buddy?
on, bro. Like, come on, bro. But yeah, look, TJ's gonna be TJ because he provides the service. Eventually that dude the time will come. With you already know, stay away from him. He can't do nothing to you. With the other kid, it's more when you hear the interview, you'll be like, damn, bro, get some self-esteem, bro.
Wait, so what's dropping? So is it going to drop is mine and that one dropping at the same time? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. This is round 2, dog. I filmed him this morning, and then I got you in the afternoon, and then I'll probably play it
Okay.
Monday afternoon.
We're going to make
Yeah,
this interesting here in about 2 minutes. That's okay.
look, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. It's just some of the stuff he says just not for. I'll get flagged again.
So I know there's a question you've been asking me a lot recently, and I guess I might want to answer it on social media for the first time. You've been asking me what's going on with the cutthroat, the
Yeah,
black and red attack, baby.
what's going? Wait, first off, I got Are you doing anything with Paulie May 31st NCW at the Joke Joint?
I don't know for sure what my client, the Drip King Tommy Burns, has got planned. I know I got to write him a game plan. He's going to execute it.
If you do perform, I am gonna be there. It's close to my house. I haven't decided what exactly if I want to do, if I want to perform, or I have a decent enough relationship with Paulie where I just let NCW be NCW. I don't pay attention to none of the rumors because, dude, the evidence is out there. It's just a bunch of crybabies. But I was gonna tell you, when you do go down there, take advantage of some video. Get some video done.
Yeah, 100%
Video is very
promos.
important for you. Get your promos done. Um. So what do
Well,
you
my
have
my
in?
client Tommy is a very very big superstar, so it's very hard for me to align time with him on all of his tours to be able to get a video out for the show coming up. So I know I probably have a video coming out for NCW May 31st, but to the fans, I don't care if you. Never mind. Screw you guys. What was your question, Ray?
What else you been doing besides? I know. Are you ready to tell the world about the ring announcing or
No, no, no,
what's
no,
going
no, 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 no. I think I'm ready to tell the world about the design of a higher conscience, the divine leader, the child of the eighth day, the one of Mama's friends.
I'm gonna
Mama?
put
Yeah.
this kid in a insane asylum real soon. This
Yes,
is the
Mama.
wait
Yes,
till he
Mama.
starts
I
talking
got
to
it.
his fucking mask.
Mama's friend, the design of a higher conscience, the divine leader, the child of the eighth day, Saeed Al Sabah, owes a favor to Mama. And since I barely am hearing the voice now because I think Mama's mad at me for some of the things I've been saying on social media recently. So since I'm barely hearing the voice, I had to use that favor from Saeed. So soon, Saeed is coming home to the family. We've added Raging Dead Nathan Gust to the family and the Drip King Tommy Burns, but there's more coming. My family's only growing, El Ray.
Okay, so what happened with Dante and the other one, Guitar
No,
Man?
listen, we don't talk about those guys, okay? Listen,
Are they in or they out? Are they in
listen
or
here.
they
Let me
out?
tell you something. I tried to provide the voice of Mama to Dante and Axel and said, listen, she will tell you prosperous things that will help us get to the gold, all the things. And they would not listen to her voice. They would not listen to the words. They cannot comprehend the conscience inside of their minds. So what did I have to do? After Dante decided to hit me and Axel with that chair, me and Mama had to exile them from the island of Cutthroat Agency because I now am the
There's an
leader of
island now.
Cutthroat. Oh, yo, there's been an island. There's an island in my mind, in the universe, the Milky Ways, the galaxies, the times ticking as a ticking time bomb illusion. El Ray, you just gotta get up with it. But see, Axel and Dante wanted to venture off on their own. But now the revenge tour
Jesus.
happens. This is revenge.
Oh god.
Dante, hey buddy, I know you live close to the joke joint. I think me and my buddy Tommy Burns need to go pay you a visit. A
Yeah.
real visit.
So I like Tommy. Tommy does good music. All
Yeah,
jokes
Tommy
aside.
does great music. Correct yourself.
I'm gonna have the DJ come on soon.
DJ Damage. Hey, shout out. Let me give my shout outs real quick then, I guess. Shout out DJ Damage. Shout out Domosaurus Rex. Shout out Neg Dog Championship Wrestling. Who else are we giving some shout outs to really quickly? Who else? Shout out Kayfabe Graphics. Shout out Cut Third Inch. Shout out Ring Fever. Go follow the Ring Fever Network page on Facebook. Go subscribe to the Ring Fever YouTube.
I'm gonna have fun with that because Damage wants to ask me a lot of questions, and I'm gonna.
Oh, he wants to ask you questions.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let him have fun with it because at the end of the day, he's a fan, and anybody who gets offended about a fan asking questions, that's on them. But yo,
And guys, this is once a month, guys. Me and
speaking-
Ray, once a
speaking
month.
of cutting the kayfabe, what do you think is gonna happen this up and coming month? What kind of interviews you got lined up?
Listen, I'm in talks with somebody that I think will kind of shock the wrestling scene a little bit.
Okay.
It's somebody who heavily controversial, but doesn't speak about what he says or the comments he makes. I'm not releasing it in case it doesn't go through and it doesn't work out because I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood. But I know tomorrow.
What region?
Our region, Southern, baby. That Southern drama, baby.
No. What region? Is he Tampa?
Tampa
What
Bay
is he?
area, yeah. Tampa Bay area, yeah.
He's saying he's very controversial. You don't want
Very
to
controversial.
Okay. We'll leave it like that. I don't want to fuck up
I know
the momentum.
tomorrow, I sit down with former WWN or WNC Florida Heavyweight Champion, formerly known as the Aqua Bruh, Cyrus Satine, now known as Mr. 401k, Mark Ross. He's got his own wrestling school in Michigan now. He's making big moves. He came, I remember, I'll never forget it, when I was watching ACW as a kid, he came from Michigan to Florida to get his start with WWN and get a shot, and he evolved, as they like to say, and completely transformed himself into a superstar. And I enjoyed watching him grow into the competitor that he did. And I'm so happy to see that there's kids that are being able to benefit under his learning tree and some of his knowledge, because before I even thought about taking this seriously again, I got to sit under his learning tree and learn a lot of those things. So I was very grateful.
He's doing shows in Michigan.
Yes, all around that area, up in the northern area.
Michigan, cold as hell, bro.
Oh no. There's another group up in there's another group over in that area. It's I don't think this is their name anymore. They used to be called the Bomb Shelter. They were really, really good friends of Rex Bacchus. I think it's now his name is Schwartzy. I think his name is formerly known as Joseph Schwartz, and the toughest broad in wrestling, Randy West. They were time travelers in wrestling.
It's gonna be an adventure when you turn 18 and we're able to take you out of state. I mean, I can't get permission from your parents. I know they're cool with signing you off to go on certain trips, but it's better when you turn 18 and you already have that experience. We're gonna have a lot of fucking fun. You know what I mean? I'm glad you're building up this relationship with other states. Speaking of
North Carolina, Mama's been calling me about you guys, North Carolina. WWX.
Speaking of
WWX. Oh, ACW Junior Heavyweight Championship now belongs to us.
Got that one too. I have a promoter coming on, not this week, the following week, a Jersey promoter. I'm not gonna say which one, but he is one of the top three.
I bet you I can guess who it is right now. I'll say it off the air.
It's not Rob Fury. It's not Rob Fury. I know he was gonna say it's Rob Fury. You guys were friends before. It's not Rob.
I didn't know you guys were friends, but okay.
No, honestly, to tell you the truth, one of the biggest supporters of Ring Fever was Rob Fury from the very fucking beginning.
I'd love to interview some of his talent. He's got some great talent over there at SWF.
Before he was superstars of wrestling, he was the original GCW. He was the original Yes, he was the original Genesis Championship Wrestling in Jersey, and
Mm.
my very first show that I ever covered, journaled, managed came from him. I was able to do some journalistic stuff for Fever Keeps It Real at the time. Rob pushed the idea of me coming out with the flows. I told him I was scared. He gave me, a little speech. I went out there. That was the first time I was ever a manager. And on that same show, he put me to go sit down during the Royal Rumble to go do some commentary. Third man's here. I would love to interview him, but that is not the guy I'm interviewing. It's another Jersey promoter who's I would like to say they have similar careers because they had almost the same amount of drama. Like he had drama, a lot of fucking drama. You got to remember, Jersey was a shit show a
Well,
couple
yeah.
years
So I
ago.
used to when I was a kid, and I still kind of keep it now. I used to watch that guy Grimm's Toy Show growing up, and he did all the vlogs and stuff of the drama sometimes at some of those Jersey shows. So I know a lot of those guys like
Yeah,
Jay the
because
Key Evans, the Flash Carters, the Landscapers, that idiot Jimmy Controversy, the dumbass Dilf Boy,
yeah,
a
the
lot of those
Dilf,
guys.
all of them guys.
Yeah,
So
great group of
now
guys. Some
that
of those
now
guys are.
that now that Jersey's clean up and this promoter's still
I hear it's
running,
getting clean. Yeah, that's what I
it's
hear.
it's been clean. If you're not part of the trifecta or the other two brands out there, no one's paying attention to you. Even even my old company, which is run by Giovanni Cruz right now, Vince's brother, they're in the top five right now.
Mm.
So you have like the top five Jersey promotions, which will always be Find Yourself Wrestling. What's the other one?
Find
Uh,
Yourself Wrestling. Who runs?
that's like an event planner. It's Find Yourself. You have what's the other one? The one Chad Myers run.
Is
You
that the
have
thing that Dilf runs though? Is that the something that Dilf Boy runs?
no,
What's
no,
his called though? What's the name
no,
of that?
no. Duff doesn't even have a promotion. Find
Well,
Yourself
he was
Wrestling.
running one.
Find Yourself Wrestling is a promotion, but it does have someone there that people love to make fun of. That he's he has a speech impediment, but dude, no. Then you have Chad Myers' wrestling organization, which is like After Dark. Then you
Yes.
have Rob Fury's. Then you have Shadow. Then you have the other one ran by Breed Championship Wrestling. All these guys have great history besides Shadow. All the other four have great history in Jersey with it. You could like fucking pinpoint each and every wrestler that's walked through the door. Titan Championship Wrestling is another one that started in Jersey, but they're at North Carolina, Delaware, I think.
Yeah.
I gotta check.
Yeah.
But
I've
they
heard of
do,
that. Yeah.
yeah, they do good fucking shows too. They just had a show last night. They've had like 290 something people they reported in their area. So
Mm.
you have a lot of states with a lot of potential and a lot of things. Our state
I'd love
has
to
been
work
a
Jersey. That'd be great. That'd be a hell of a time.
Our state, my next interview, he was busy, he had some family stuff to do today. I'm gonna try to get on one of your boys from USWA. I don't know if you spoke to one of them.
Mr. Brandon Alexander.
Yes, the owner, and then I'm gonna try to make contact with. So you have USWA. What was the other one? Ben Parker. Ben
I've heard
Parker.
about that guy. I've heard about him.
Yeah, he's coming up with a promotion right now. So he's actually the guy who I'm gonna bring on. So the USWA guy I'm gonna bring on because he has great history, and we're gonna talk about his company, which is more positive. More positive. He stays out the shits.
He
So he
does. He
does.
definitely
Yeah,
does.
he doesn't really have like he's not gonna come on here and tell us all these bad, horrible stories. We're actually going to give him the spotlight of the week because he deserves spotlight of the week. Now, Ben Parker is the one that's going to come on here and take a fucking massive shit on the Tallahassee side
Oh,
of
ladies and gentlemen,
pro wrestling.
that reminds me. Now, if you go to www.facebook.com/Ring Fever with Michael L.A., you can watch every single Monday at 7 o'clock at night. It is Mud Show Mondays with Cutting the Kayfabe, sponsored by the Ring Fever Network, and wow, I'm sorry to cut you off here, Ray, but we had to talk about this one real quick. Last
Also
week,
share. Hold on. Also share the Mud Show Mayhem page.
ooh, yeah,
Someone put up a Mud Show Mayhem page, and I am sharing their shit.
we also now have on Cutting the Kayfabe every Friday morning at 7 o'clock. Fuck around and make them famous Fridays, ladies and gentlemen. You can send your submissions to www.facebook.com/cutthekayfabe or AshtonBlanton378 at gmail.com.
Hey, I like the video you did last week, bro.
Splish, splish, splash. That dude Sport used to take a damn bath.
Mad. I'm just mad. I ain't peeped that video before you got a hold of it, bro. I don't know what, bro. I don't know what type. My man came out in a belly shirt, bro. I don't know. I don't know what the.
Well,
fuck
now I guess we're talking to you now. If you want to put one together and post, you can, because my editing tool is broken right now, so I will not be able to put together Mud Show Monday. So
I'll play this week. I'll play an old one. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you mean the one that recently popped up in the Mud Show Mayhem page that got taken down that I just saw today? Wow.
I'll put something else. That one's gonna be on forever. I don't even have access to that video, and you see they put
I will
on.
I will screen record it. I'm gonna screen record it.
Yeah. But did you notice the video that I did was 7 minutes and 36 seconds long? The video that's out online right now is just they cut it up to just strictly the August part. They didn't even put like. Don't get me wrong. I love the video. I edited the video. I did the voice to it. But damn, son, you took out my TCW stuff, yo. There was some good stuff there, yo. Like,
and if you guys want to be a backyard professional wrestler, go right now to www.facebook.com/Tallahassee Championship. Yeah.
Yo, in the video, I had the dude that was barking like a dog, running up and down, and but whatever, yo. I don't know who screen recorded it and put it up, but I just tell you this. Damn, son.
Like, before we get up off of here, there is somebody I do need to call out, though, El Ray.
What happened? Who we calling out?
May 31st, Summerfield, Florida, the Joke Joint. Neg Dog Championship Wrestling. You go to Neg.dog, use promo code Ginger, all capitals, 20% off. Kamu Fatu. You know, I have a lot of respect for you because when I trained at AMP in the beginning, you were there getting back into the ring. I got to see you get back into the ring. But see, you crossed the line, Akamu. You crossed the line when you not only disrespected me, but you disrespected the Drip King Tommy Burns, the longest reigning champion in Neg Dog Championship Wrestling history, the NCW Fight Night champion. And not only did you disrespect him and me, you disrespected that championship and you disrespected what it stands for. That championship stands for all the things that Paulie has been trying to stack against us. He had us go through Nick Swift, then we had to go through Brian Cassidy, and now we have to go through you. But you are nothing but what the bullies have been to me.
That's a big dude.
A roadblock, a boulder. I'm not worried about how big it is because you know what they say? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. I got the game plan ready. I promise. This is a guarantee. May 31st, Neg Dog Championship Wrestling. Music and Mayhem 3, The Invasion, Summerfield, Florida, The Joke Joint, and still, Neg Dog Championship Wrestling Fight Night Champion, the Drip King, Tommy Burns.
Bro, you feel better?
No, I'm even more pissed.
You don't feel better at least with the Ralphie situation?
100%.
I'm glad.
I'm not joking, bro. I'm not joking. Your ass is grass. Go ahead, Al Ray.
I'm glad that he came out and you have some sort of clarity. I was worried about that, but
you're not blocked. You're not blocked.
No,
you can call anytime.
But I believe your journey is going to get interesting now.
It is. It very much is.
I also spoke to Ashton offline, which it was on the last interview, but I didn't get the interview was scrapped. I did speak to him offline about outside of wrestling taking some sort of medical first aid.
Yes.
or some training in the medical field, first aid related, because Ashton, with the potential he has right now in the early stages of his career, could make a turnaround and make some good, decent money being a professional cutman for boxing. So I did gave him the idea. He did tell me he you picked up some books and you're looking into it. Um, that's the difference between me and some of you jerk offs out there. When someone is growing and needs help, yo, you don't kick them down to the floor just because you have a discrepancy. That's why, bro, I told you like TJ's whole thing is gonna come to an end. But honestly, bro, who really fucking cares? The way you could
Right.
beat that, the way you could beat that kid is continue doing what you're doing now, being more successful than him. I mean, real success, not just because he's on 100. We already know why he's on 100 flyers. You feel me? He puts himself on the flyers. But we signed Ashton to Ring Fever. He's working with us now. He's doing his own podcast, own thing. He's his own man.
Spotify, baby. I know Ray had it going on Spotify, and because Ray left, I had to keep it down, holding it down on Spotify for the Ring Fever Network. www.spotify.com/cutting the kayfabe. We got about 10 interviews on there, I think, and you guys are slacking on the views, man. There's some great hidden like call outs in some of those interviews. I know Jules Bradley's and Sticks called out some people in that. Nathan Gus called out some people, and so did Dante Velez. So make sure to go check that out. And Mr. L. Ray, Pretty Rich Wise, called you out on me and his interview for the Rex Bacchus special. So I would go check that one out if I were you.
I'll go listen to that. I haven't heard that last one. I know Rich, so it'll be interesting to see what he says. Uh so I really think, like I said, I really think you doing what you're doing, like I'm saying now on air, he's his own man. He does his own thing, his own interviews,
We're
um,
different opinions, guys. Just
different
because we're working
opinions.
together does we're gonna you guys are probably gonna see us argue on the air sometimes, and he's probably gonna
So
air it. So I
so
mean,
please don't hit me up and to complain about a kid
hit
who's
me
trying
up,
to do his thing. Okay.
text me, hit me up.
With that said and done, I am gonna go check out this Rich Wise interview. I haven't spoken to Rich in almost maybe 2 years, maybe
This
a year
was
and a half.
about we filmed it right after your list.
Okay. All right.
Just a little
Just
time zone for you. That's where we filmed it at. Right after your list interview.
Rich list of improvements. Oh, okay. So definitely he's gonna definitely I gotta hear this one. Um, but no, it's
Once
gonna
again, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Burns #1 at the top of that list. Not just the top of that list, the top of amps too.
unfortunately Rich is not like everyone else. He knows how podcasts and everything else work. He's not one of those guys that take everything up the ass like you guys do.
Exactly.
That's why I pretty like I was gonna say should be a good interview. I mean, fuck, bro. This
It
kid went
was.
from this
Um
kid went from wrestling with me in the fucking garage depot into actually being a star for CCW. I'm actually glad, as much as I fight with Nilio in that promotion, bro. I actually like the fact that he's doing fucking awesome over there. But
and
before we go,
he did it for a good cause too, man. It was the Rex Bacchus Memorial Special. Every year I've had Cut in the Kayfabe. Even when I haven't been running, I've found a way to make that be go out every single year. And he didn't really know Rex. Rex passed away right as Rich was coming in, but we still were able to talk, and he did a lot of justice and didn't even realize it. Great interview.
so with that said and done, earlier today we had Chris from the WWN school. That interview will be played tomorrow. It's a little chopped up. There's some parts missing to it. Like I said, I was protecting him. Part two of today's show was featured the problematic fucking piss boy Ashton, the macho boy who's fucking talking to a mask. Every week,
My mama said bad things are gonna happen to you if you keep talking to me like that.
every week is gonna be something
Look at
different.
that half-haired lady from the I Believe place. Look what happened to her when she stepped into the ring and thought she could stand on a mic with me.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was trying to finish my segue, but you fucked it up. But I'm glad you mentioned that. Every week there's going to be something different. Next week, due to popular demand, due to the fact that there's been fans and wrestlers asking me what's taking me so long to do this. I don't know if I want to do it tonight live on Facebook, which I doubt it. I'm already tired, or this will happen later on this week. But yes, we will have a full on gauge confrontational rant about Team Dojo. I will get into full
Wait, wait,
details.
wait, 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 wait. So you're announcing this, but you excluded cutting the kayfabe, the people who are doing a whole series with the students on what happened there?
I didn't say you guys can't do that. You could do that all you
Oh, no,
want.
no, no. You excluded us from your rant. We're supposed to be a team here. You excluded us from your rant.
What you mean? You want to join in? You want to join
Yeah,
in? We'll do
yeah. That's what I'm
next.
saying. It's a
All right,
join. It's
next week. I'll be back with Ashton. Okay, that'll be a little bit better. He will be my co-host for this. Okay,
boom,
I know you have some information too. I'm
big
gonna shine.
information.
I'm gonna shine the light on the grooming shit because I spoke to you off air about what's grooming, and now you have a pure understanding of what grooming is, and now you see a lot of grooming in the indies, and it's
And I
bothering
have the
you.
receipts for it too. I have the receipts for it.
So I'm gonna get into details with that. I'm gonna get into details with past and present students. A lot of the students I'm not gonna mention because a lot of them did find out on their own and left on their own, which I do respect. If you found out a month or two in your process that he was a registered sex offender and you decided to leave, you're fucking cleared. If you stood in that school knowing this, chances are you're going to be mentioned this week. Um, I am going to go into detail on who is his top female groomer, who's currently a promoter right now. Okay, I am going to go into details
What? I wonder who it
with
is.
some of the incidents that she had, some of the influence she had on other females. Okay, these are females that gave me the story. Don't care if it comes out. They just don't really want their name out there like that because you know how it is with females. They don't want that type of embarrassment. But they gave me enough information where I can share with you, where you can catch on and know that I'm not fucking lying. Okay. I also have information about wrestlers, former professional wrestlers from AEW and WWE who went to Team Dojo recently in the past 2 years for seminars and how they got caught up in the loop and how they got caught up. Like some of these guys, Asher, next week when we talk, you mentioned the Dilf kid. Wait until I start exposing how they get booked and how they don't even know they're fucking booked to chasing until they actually get to the fucking school. And
It's
now there's
all
an
a trap.
it's an awkward position because now you're fucking there. The Booker T thing, I don't really know. There's too much evidence showing he was going there before. There's too much evidence saying that he did know. But I'm talking about the
I
other
went back
wrestlers.
on their page. He went there multiple times. I went back on T
Yes,
Vision's Twitter account and scrolled. He has been there multiple times.
everything that I'm going to say this week with Ashton, everything I'm going to say is public information. Okay, it's not something that I'm making up. Okay, because I'm tired of wrestlers saying I'm making shit up. Right, all this stuff is public information. I'll break down his 2000 and I think it was 2018 case where it shows you how many people wrote letters to the judge, how many people participated in releasing him from jail, how many wrestlers and female wrestlers put their money up to get him out and
Mm.
stood there knowing he was convicted of this, stood there and only left for personal reasons. I'm going to expose some of that, all that and more next week on Ring Fever with El Ray and
The problematic
Podcast.
child for wrestling, Ashton Uriah Blanton. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it, man.
Until then, folks, Ashton, I appreciate you cutting the kayfabe. When does it air this week?
Well, with the editing all messed up, I'm gonna try to get it out as quick as possible. We'll see how quick we can get it.
But I do know what's coming out this week. A replay of Mud Show Monday on the Ring
Boom,
Fever Network. We'll
boom.
play Mud Show Monday. We'll play a past episode. And we'll see you next week, guys. You guys take care. You guys remember, bro, No one controls your destiny but
Only two
yourself.
options that was there for us.
And
So
if
what
you
can
let
I say
anybody
to a shorty who couldn't
control
bear
your
with
shit,
it? I'm here with it.
you're a
Don't
bozo.
worry, there's nothing to
Ashton,
fear.
we love
Wipe
you.
your tears, 'cause
Cutting the
the time the sun
kayfabe
shines
coming out
home.
this week.
Everything that's mine,
It's the
say
Drink
it's
People,
clean,
Al Ray.
with crime. I put the message in
The only
beat
cure
and deliver the rhymes.
is
It
the
gets
street.
hectic in my residence, chasing for the presidents. If it ain't illegitimate, then the shit's